Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have you guys back. I'm always excited to have you guys back. So today's a part 2 of the video that we made last time about the things that I learned in 2025 that would help me in that are helping me in 2026. So the last thing we talked about was money. Like having a relationship with money allows you to save and allows you to take care of yourself. So today, the first thing we're gonna talk about is boundaries. Damn. This is so important, guys. I learned it the hard way last year, and I don't want you to learn it the hard ways. Boundaries are set to protect you. Whether you like it or not, or whether you believe it or not, boundaries are meant to protect you. So when you set boundaries, they are very uncomfortable for the person that you're setting them for. That's why sometimes they retaliate. That's why sometimes they're like, oh, you're setting unrealistic things. That's why they always complain. That's why they always try to cross them. And it's your job, it's your responsibility to say, hey, if you love me or if you want to be my friend, you don't have to cross my boundaries. They're meant for me. So you crossing them, it means you don't respect me. So you should be very firm when it comes to boundaries, and boundaries will allow you to not overstay things. Like, the friendship or relationship where you're always giving out and you don't get anything in return. So when you have boundaries in place, they'll allow you to evaluate yourself and say, hey, I've been pouring out so much in this relationship or in this friendship, and I haven't gotten anything in back. And therefore, this friendship is not gonna proceed anywhere, or this relationship is not gonna go anywhere. So it gives you that room to know your worth. So it gives you that room. So boundaries are very important. They feel uncomfortable when you set them at the beginning because you are taking a step to self-love, which is very difficult. So yeah. And always remember that set the boundaries that you can meet. Like, set the boundaries that explains you as a person, because sometimes you hear things out there and you're like, oh, for me, when it comes to relationship, this doesn't apply to me, this doesn't apply to me. Don't set boundaries because someone said there are boundaries. Always make sure that you do your self-evaluation, you understand who you are, you understand what makes you angry as a person, you understand what you value through friendship and relationships, and then you can set your boundaries. Don't set them because you've heard somebody say, oh, when it comes to that I draw the line. When it comes to that, I draw the line. Don't set your boundaries based on someone else's boundaries. Always make sure they align with who you are. So that's what I did learn about boundaries, but then it really does proceed, or it really does overlaps into expectations. Oh my goodness. Never expect things from people. You always get hurt because they don't owe you anything. They don't owe you anything, and they will kill you. Because when you expect something and you don't get it, that feeling of being disappointed hurts. And imagine receiving that feeling all the time when you expect that, oh, that person is probably going to do the same that I did for them. I'm going to give you an example of a friendship, right, for you to understand what I mean. So let's say you and your best friend are friends, right, and then you sacrifice your whole time. Even when you're at school, you sacrifice to text your friend, like da da da, and like you just sacrifice, the little things. To you, they don't matter. You're like, oh my god, it's my friend, she texted, and then you reply quickly. When it comes to them, when they're in class, and they will say, oh, hey bestie, I'm sorry, I was in class. You expect them to do the same sacrifices that you do for them, but they don't owe you that. You did them because you wanted to. You did them because you loved to do that. And I feel like a lot of people do confuse that to then say, oh, you don't love me because you don't do the same things that I do for you. But that's you showing love to me. We cannot show love the same way. Maybe for me, I'll spend the whole night talking to you, and you'll be like even sleeping, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's cool. So don't expect things from people. You always get hurt. Most of the times you always do get hurt. So always do things because you want to. Always do things for the goodness of your heart. Don't do things because you're like, oh, tomorrow they might do the same for me, or If I buy her a gift on her birthday, she's gonna buy me the same thing. If I give her an iPhone on her birthday, she's gonna give me an iPhone. Don't do that, honey. You're gonna get hurt. Because in their head, they're thinking, oh, you like flowers, so we're gonna get you flowers and chocolates. And maybe for you, you're expecting to get the same amount of money that you did spend. Don't do that. You're gonna get hurt. And always always do things after thinking. And when it comes to relationship or friendships, I do understand that it's a thing that involves feelings, but try by all means to think. And whenever you're not understanding somebody's actions or why that person did something, always put yourself in that person's shoes and say, okay, with the way that I love this person, would I have said this? With the way I love this person, would I have reacted in this way because I just asked why they were not responding me? If I left this if they love me as much as I love them, would I have done this? Like, always put yourself in that position and question using your love. That's the only way you can understand if it makes sense. Most of the time it doesn't make sense. Most of the times you end up realizing that person doesn't love you as much as you do. It's a hard fact, but most of the times you get to learn it the hard way. But it really helps you not to waste 6-10 years of your life with the wrong friend or with the wrong partner, and it just really helps you. And now we're gonna move to the most, I don't want to say annoying, but it's the most contradicting conversation. Like, everybody have their own beliefs, everybody have their own, oh, me, I do this my own way, me, I do, which is very true because we all love differently. This is about relationships and friendships. We're going to start with relationships, and I'm going to speak more of them on the feminine side because, so relationships, never chase them. Never be desperate for something. No, sorry, never be desperate for a relationship. Like, to be actually craving a relationship. There is a quote that says, if you go to the market when you're really hungry, you always buy the wrong things. If you desperately look for a partner, you overlook your standards. Which is like, oh, you know, at least they're nice, you know, they take me out for dates. He slaps me 1 or 2 times, but you know, show me he loves me. You overlook a lot of red flags because you just want to keep that person. You just want to be in a relationship. And it's a mistake that so many people are making. And to them, just having somebody to call them babe is enough for them. Doesn't matter what that animal looks like. It doesn't matter how the animal behaves like. It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter I don't know, you don't care. You don't care how they treat other people out there, because what they portray out there is the exact same thing they have inside. If he's rude, if she's rude, if she's all of that, that's who she is. No matter how many excuses you make for that person, that's who that person still is. And the other thing is, don't make excuses for bad character. Please don't. Don't make excuses because he's gonna do it again or she's gonna do it again. I'm gonna speak like really in respect of people that have experienced this. GBV, if you're dating somebody and they slap you once, that's the most easiest time you could leave. I know it sounds unrealistic, but that's the most easiest time you could leave. The moment he does, I know people are gonna be like, oh, it probably can be a mistake. Raising your voice can be a mistake, but slapping somebody or pushing, because it's a behavior, and behaviors has got patterns. Pattern means it's gonna be repeated. And when you continue to stay in that relationship or in that position over and over again, you start to think, oh, it's gonna get better, because he didn't do it on Wednesday, so and it gets so emotionally twined that you can't live anymore until something tragic happens. And so the first time it happens, that's the best way you can always leave. And if you find yourself making excuses, like let's say a guy cheated or a girl cheated, and then you're making excuses like, oh, I wasn't communicating, or if I was for him or her and a bit longer, you wouldn't have that. Shut it. Shut it. Close that mouth. Close that mouth. Don't make excuses for bad character. And don't be scared to step. Please don't be scared to step. You only have one life. I always repeat this. You only have one life. So it's up to you to choose that. With this one life that I have, I'm going to stay with a cheater who doesn't love me, who uses me. I have accepted. Always tell yourself this. Look at the stuff in the mirror and say, I've accepted a cheater. I've accepted this man, this lady that doesn't love me. I volunteer to take this person that doesn't love me, leaving people that would love me and cherish me. Look at yourself. You see how stupid that it sounds. Then leave. There is always better things out there. I don't know why people are scared to be single. There's a lot of good things out there. A lot of good people out there. You might not find them today or the day after you leave that person, but you will surely find them. There are people that are genuinely healing to be a better person for you. And you're staying with that person who wants to make your life miserable. Don't do that, please. And the other thing, boundaries. If you have your boundaries, you'll be able to see all those red flags and you'll be able to leave. And always be firm. Always be firm with yourself. You know, always be firm. I don't like that. This is not, like, I have this boundary that I would never stay with a cheating partner. Why am I doing here? There we go again. And you know, it's funny that the next thing that I'm going to talk about is forgiveness. But don't take this in the wrong way. Don't you dare say, oh, you said we should forgive. Forgiveness is for you. I had to take this and swallow it because this was the most hardest pill to swallow, because I always used to wonder, why do I have to forgive you after doing me wrong? You were the wrong person. You did the wrong thing to me. Why do I have to forgive you? Until I realized that forgiveness is not for them. It's not going to do them anything. It's for you, because you're the one who's constantly thinking why, how, and then so, all of that. You're the one who is always thinking, who's always worried, who's angry, who is bitter. You're the one who's all of that. So the moment you forgive somebody, and forgiving doesn't mean you're going to forget. I mean, the scar never leaves. The scar is still there, but now you're aware that this happened and this is how life works out, you know? Life is not always going to be strawberries, you know? One day it's going to be lemons, you know? So forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is you telling yourself that whatever that happened was never my fault. That person did me wrong because that's who they are. That person did me dirty because they're not a good person, but that doesn't mean I'm the problem. But I'm letting it go because I'm not responsible for your bad character. I'm not responsible for how bad you are. I'm now understanding that I'm not the wrong here. I was wronged and it's fine. That's how life works. You know, you get wronged all the time. Sometimes it hurts more than the last time. That's how life works. You know, and the moment you start to forgive people, the moment you start to not let all those things bother you, life works a little bit more easier. Because imagine saying, oh, you said that to me, I'll carry it. Or you said that to me, I'll carry it. Or you said that to me, I'll carry it. Imagine how heavy your heart is going to be by the end of the year. And how many years have you lived? Pleasant. It's going to be a lot heavier on you. So the moment you let go and say, you know what? I was in a relationship with this guy and he didn't love me right. But that doesn't mean I'm not lovable. That doesn't mean I'm not good. That doesn't mean I'm not a good person. He just didn't see my worth. And it's fine. It's his loss. That's cool. You know? Even if you're a gentleman, you know, like I've dated this girl. She didn't respect me. She didn't like me. She didn't treat me well. But that doesn't mean I'm a bad man. That doesn't mean I'm not part of other men. She just didn't see me. She just didn't see my worth. And it's fine. It's all cool. You know, we're going to let it go. Life happens. But you understand that this person did you wrong. I'm not saying go back and say, you know, I've forgiven you for cheating me, for slapping me. Come on, come back. No, I'm not saying that. You know, you're just gonna maintain your distance, your boundaries. Like, you know, I don't hate you. If I meet you out there, it's my choice to greet you or not. It's my choice. I cannot greet you, not because I'm angry or not because I wanna slap you or I wanna, you know. But I'm just cool. I just don't wanna have any conversation with you because I feel like we're not on the same level of understanding, and it's cool. We cannot all, if we all had the same level of understanding, good lord, we wouldn't be fighting, we wouldn't be here. And I feel like these days, like this, you know, we're done, but I feel like these days we should be so grateful that we have this internet, we have all these platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you know, to have a podcast, you know, to have people that speak to us, people that help us to learn. Because long back they were just crashing on the wall, no one to warn you, you know. But I feel really grateful for the internet, you know. Some people do abuse it, but I feel like a lot more it's always helpful, you know. If you really want to use it in a good way, you would really learn, guys. So this is the end of our video. I'm so happy that we managed to finish this. So please, guys, this 2026, make sure you're living for yourself. Make sure you're loving yourself. You're treating yourself better. Even when you make mistakes, always be kind to yourself. Mistakes are meant to happen. You know, everybody out there, even the people that have made it, they did make mistakes, but they did learn from them. So always make a sound choice. Always make a sound decision that, hey, this happened. It didn't happen the way I wanted, and it's cool. And I'm going to learn. I'm going to take another way. Don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on the things you want. Don't give up on finding good friends, guys. There are people out there that are really good. People out there that are willing to treat you better. People out there that are willing to love you. So don't give up. Don't give up, guys. This 2026 is for you. You know, always name your year. Name your year a year of glory, a year of favor, you know, a year of my existence. Always name the year the way you want to bloom. And I tell you, you will make it out alive. You'll make it alive and you will be more beautiful, you'll be more vibrant, you'll be... There are people out there. Go out there, you meet them, and come back and tell me that you were absolutely right. So thank you guys for listening to me, and I really, really appreciate your love. I really appreciate you sharing, subscribing, liking. And I'll be very happy to see you guys in my next video. So take care, guys.